More adults are making the decision to age in place instead of living out the rest of their lives in an assisted living facility or senior living facility. But what if I told you the secret to aging in place planning was actually Swedish death cleaning? I know, hear me out. Swedish death cleaning may have started off as a movement to clear out your home so that your loved ones don't have to do it for you after you pass. But if you look at the very premise of it, we can flip that and use it to our advantage. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicki. As always, I'm not providing any professional advice. I'm just sharing my personal stories. And going forward, you're going to hear me reference my in-laws as Mill for mother-in-law and Phil for father-in-law. So let's talk about how Swedish death cleaning can help us age in place. Aging in place just basically means I'm going to stay put in my home, in my neighborhood, surrounded by the things I love and the people that I love. It's basically making your home livable for every phase of your life through the end of your life, regardless of income or ability. And as I shared in this video, when we decluttered my in-laws' home to bring Phil home from the rehab facility, we had 7 days to do it, and we had to clear out decades of paper clutter, clothes clutter, you name it, to make that house safer for him. And when we did, we saw firsthand how being at home improved his health outcome within 5 days of being home from the rehab facility, where in the rehab facility for 5 weeks, he couldn't walk, barely talk, couldn't feed himself, basically looked like he'd lost his will to live. He was running laps around the house. He was smiling. He was happy because being in his home was what was best for him. So what is Swedish death cleaning? Basically, the general gist is you should clear your house of any clutter, things that are broken, have no significant value. Clear them out well before you pass so you don't burden your family members to do that when you pass. But as I've said in all of my videos about Swedish death cleaning, it shouldn't really be about others. It should be about us, because we should want that for ourselves. We should want to be surrounded by the things that we love and the things that are useful to us while we are alive. And if you're not familiar with the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning, I will leave a link to Margareta Magnuson's book down in the description below. So let's flip the script on Swedish death cleaning and talk about how it can be used for aging in place, because the way it has you reflect on, is something of value? Do I want to pass it down? Is it of use to me now? Using that reflection, you can then set yourself up to look at your belongings of how I can set it up to live a happy, healthy, and safe life until the end. A life that supports our ability to live at home independently, because that's exactly what we all want. We want to be as free to live our life in our home, surrounded by our family and our loved ones, and not have to be locked away in some facility, sharing a room with someone else or someone's else, sharing one room and a bathroom versus our beautiful, wonderful home that we love so much. So the gist of aging in place is we need to go through and we need to make sure that our house is safe for us to age. And when we do that, we're looking to see, do we need grab bars? Do we need wheelchair ramps? Do we need small little things like, better lighting, up to big things like we need to knock down walls and make things larger to get mobility devices down? And that's when you can use Swedish death cleaning to kind of take a look at that, because guess what? If you start with a decluttered home, one where you've put everything away and you've already cleared up trip hazards and everything, it makes it a lot less daunting to figure out what are the additional things that you need to do. And who knows, in the case of my in-laws, once we cleaned up the clutter from the floors and the hallways, you don't need to knock out any walls and make things wider. You are really going to be surprised at just how much space you clear up when you get rid of 6 decades of paper or 4 decades of clothes. When we cleared out that house, we cleared out so much clutter that we were actually able to maneuver Phil around for the first couple of days in the wheelchair unencumbered. And then when he started running laps around the house in the walker, that was made possible because we cleared the clutter. With aging in place, you also want to make sure that you have your health and medical support. And how Swedish death cleaning comes into play with that is organization. Once you declutter and organize your home, you now have a place where the medications are stored. You have made space for any mobility devices or other medical devices that may be needed. You're not trying to balance a CPAP machine on top of, a stack of 75 Time magazines. You actually have nice sturdy places, and you have cleared spaces where you can get to and find all the things that you need. But the other thing that it does, when you clear out all of that clutter, you're actually improving your overall environment. And as I mentioned in this video, when we cleared out that clutter and got rid of all that paper, which is probably, like I said, 60 years of dust and dust mites, Mills' allergies went away. And she was getting allergy shots for 35 years because she had allergies. But the allergens were inside the house from the way that they kept things for decades. Getting ready for aging in place also encompasses taking care of your financial and your legal house. Again, that's where that clearing out the clutter and organizing all of your paperwork so that it's easy to find. So like in the case of us, where we needed that paperwork for my husband to exercise the powers of attorney to take care of them in their incapacitation, they weren't where they were supposed to be, as I explained in this video. And we found things everywhere. They were supposed to be in one spot. They weren't. They were all over the house. There were papers in the kitchen, in the cabinets, in the drawers. There were paperwork in closets. There was paperwork, behind dressers and under beds. And when you need people to step in and come take care of you, or even if you're in your own right mind and you need to find the paperwork to take care of yourself, having it spread around the house isn't going to help you. Having it nice, neat, and organized serves its purpose for everyone. So the theme of this channel is the best time to prepare for your later years is now, while you still have the physical and mental ability to do so. And that is why you should start on your quest for clearing out your home and getting things ready to take care of you. Now, whether you want to age in place or whether you decide that you're going to move someplace else, you're going to move in with a family member, you're going to go to an assisted living facility, the best way to prepare for that is now, because wherever you go, you're going to have to move stuff. You don't want to have to move broken things. And I can tell you right now, if you're my family member and you're coming to stay with me, your broken stuff isn't welcome here. Only you and the essentials that you need are coming through my door. And I'm pretty sure that's how everybody feels. And so when you start to go through all of your belongings and you pare them down to just those things that, 1, bring you joy, 2, are of use, 3, you want to pass down, you lighten your load both physically and mentally. So as I share in this video, our homes didn't get cluttered all in one day, and we're not going to be able to declutter it in one day. And so we need to start small. Pick one room or one corner or one drawer in your house and start to declutter it. Because we had 7 days to declutter like 3 rooms, and that was a lot of work. And how we chose to do that was we didn't really declutter. We basically just threw everything in trash bags, took it to our home later to sort through because we had to make the house ready. And so as we're starting to sort through these things, we found receipts for every AA battery they'd ever purchased, multiple items of clothing. And when I say multiple items of clothing, ladies, well, I don't know, not all you ladies will understand what I'm saying, but some of you will. 100 pairs of legs pantyhose still in the eggs. That was more pantyhose, I think, than I ever had in my lifetime. And those were here waiting just all over the house. And I know it's probably because she forgot she had them and she kept buying them. But just think of how long those had been there, because I don't think I've seen a legs egg in about at least 20 plus years. So by flipping the narrative on Swedish Death Cleaning and not thinking of it as something that we do for others when we pass, but looking at it how we can use it to help us live our life going forward in a happy, healthy, decluttered home surrounded by the things that we love, you're setting yourself up for success today while you mentally and physically still can do it. And if you need more inspiration on getting started with Swedish Death Cleaning, check out this video here, where I talk about how you're doing it for yourself. you're not doing it for others, because that's when we're successful. We do it for ourselves, we can own it. We can attach ourselves to it, and it has more meaning and has more power. If you made it this far with me, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.